Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all for joining the live stream again. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Jacob Tanjay and the NTZ crew. Really appreciate all that y'all do for the channel. All my old heads, that's Doubtful Genius, Mr. Passport King. Say, hey, guess who's back? Welcome, brother. You still down in General Santos? Welcome to all of my members of Cisco International. Thank y'all for your continued support. We had a good, lively live stream yesterday. Any new viewers and subscribers joining us for the first time today, thank y'all so much for stopping by. Man, you're going to have to come on here one time, Mr. Passport King, and just kind of give us a breakdown of General Santos, because it's a hidden gem in the Philippines. We don't know much about it. There's no vloggers down there reporting from General Santos. Hey, Sam, anybody catching this on replay? You know, we always have a topic, but of course, you know, I promise you guys, y'all know this is your live stream. Whatever y'all want to talk about, put it over here. I'll get to it, because eventually I do it anyway. Now, the peso is 56.6. Our topic today is hell scorned. You've heard that expression, hell knows no fury like a woman scorned. Well, it's a Filipino scorn. Revenge is a mother over here, okay? They don't only get mad, they get even. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, among other things. What's up, Sam McCall? Hope everything's going good. Remember, May 2nd, our 5-year anniversary, also the meet and greet. Everybody's welcome if you want to come to Meg's Resort here in St. Carlos City. We're really going to have a good time. What's up, Willie from Ohio? Dor and May. Yeah, the branch is right. He said, yeah, Passport King, give us the nitty gritty, man. I've been to General Santos a couple of times. I really enjoyed it, but it was so long ago, man. I know a lot has changed. One thing I did like about General Santos was the prices, man. It was the most affordable city in the Philippines I'd ever been to. And maybe that's going to be a vlog I can do eventually when I get back down there, because, man, I had a pension house, this place. I think I've told y'all this. It was $10 a night, man. Hot and cold shower, aircon, cable, and Wi-Fi, man. Comfortable bed. It was almost a new place. It was right around the corner from KCC Mall, Mr. Passport King. $10 a night, man. It was only, you know, at that time it was 500 pesos a night, man. Donnie Moore says, I'll be in the Philippines next month. We'll be moving into a new house. Me and my girlfriend built in the province north of Butuan. Wow. That's really a good move. It's one thing we don't talk about a lot is this. You can get rich in the Philippines without owning a damn thing. I'm going to do a video on it, man. You can get rich in the Philippines without owning a damn thing. But there is a key to it, man. You got to have the right people around you, man. Trust is big with me. If you got people around you that you can trust, man or woman, you can get rich here, man, you know, without owning anything. I'm well on my way. I'm already rich in the Philippines. Okay, we're looking at another piece of land that we're going to buy. Okay, 120 square meter lot. I'm going to go out and buy it. Hell, for 60,000, can't beat that, man. I'm going to just put it together with the 85 we got. Now I got a 205 square meter lot. Okay, that I'm going to be paid about 1,600 for. Okay, prices, and this in Cebu. So price a 200 square meter lot in Cebu and then come back and talk to me about getting rich in the Philippines without owning anything, you know, because I got a good woman, man, that I really trust, man. I trust Maryland with my life. Hell, I go to sleep. I sleep good at night with both my eyes shut. You know, because people always talking about, man, she could put you out at any time. That'll never happen, man. Could I leave or something like that? Yeah, but Maryland would never put me out, man. Most of the people that I deal with and that I know over here, they don't operate on that frequency, man. Hey, Barry, what's up, man? He came over here. How's them pants fitting you, those shorts fitting you? Because somebody gave me some brand new size 40 shorts. I forgot who sent those to me. I'm talking about nice. I gave them to Barry. I couldn't wear them. Couple of khaki pants, I think a plaid pair. Thanks for that super sticker. But let's talk a little bit about the video I did yesterday, Control Freaks, and how sex is used to control us over here. I just want to talk about, oh, wow, he said I lost 50 pounds. No way, man. What'd you do? He said I lost 50 pounds since I seen you last. When was Barry here? When was you here, man? What was it? January or something? He said they're too big now. Well, hell, pay it forward, man. Give it to somebody over there that's still eating hot water cornbread and butter beans over there in Guam. Hell, somebody's eating it. What's up, Roger? Yeah, Sam, I hope he's doing okay. You know, it's a bitter pill to swallow, man. You know, O.J. Simpson died. I didn't even know O.J. Simpson. But, you know, when people die, man, it brings us back to reality. You know, you're going to die. That's why I don't treat people bad, man. Hell, isn't that, we all got a death sentence. Hey, isn't that bad enough? Why would I want to add on to that by making your life here miserable or any worse than that? You can't get any worse than that. We all have a death sentence. If you're watching this vlog right now, you're going to die, man. So why would I want to compound that and troll you and argue and fight and all that, man? It's time to live, man. Live. My motto here in the Philippines is I'm going to live until I die. Okay? Come on, guys. With all this foolishness, get rid of this guy. There's not a whole lot Maryland doesn't know about me, dude. One, because I don't got nothing to hide like you clowns. You know, these are grown men. They want their 5 minutes of fame. Well, give it to them, man, and then zap them. Get on out of here, man. Find something else to do, man. You know, you guys are just, I mean, I don't know what to say about it for real. He says, Cal, I know you're enjoying the Philippines. If you need to change the taste, I recommend East Baltimore. It's just as poor as the Philippines, and the women are putting out. Well, you need to get your facts straight. The Philippines isn't poor. The Philippines is a very rich country. Does it have a lot of poor people? Are some people here struggling? Yeah, but the country, you need to do your research, okay? Because the Philippines isn't poor. There's billions of dollars being exported out of here on a daily. Okay, on top of all the gold and nickel and all those mines that are here, man. Y'all guys need to do your research, man, and quit watching these YouTube documentaries and stuff. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna tell you, man. So the Philippines is a whole lot richer than what you clowns know about it. There's people here that they have generational wealth in any country, but the country itself is not poor, man. Y'all need to do that research again. Hey, thank you. He said, fun in the Philippines. I enjoy your channel. I really appreciate it. You know, I was talking to Alan. Shout out to Alan from Seattle, Washington. He stopped by on his way to Cebu. He stayed in the guest house, man. He's a great guy. You know, one thing I can say about Alan's, he listens to a lot of the vloggers that he watches. See, most of us don't listen. Oh, we're going to make our own mistakes. Okay, well, keep making them. There's plenty of mistakes over here for you to make. But he's by himself. He doesn't make any promises. Okay, he doesn't, you know, put women on and, you know, just to get what he wants. And he travels around and sees the Philippines. This is his second time here, I believe. And he said, you know, I listened to you. He said, I didn't want to get stuck in one place. He said, I'd hate to go back home. And people was like, man, you was there for 6 weeks or whatever it is, and you didn't see anything. That's all you saw. Because when I first came over here in the Philippines in 2009, I didn't see anything really, but the inside of that woman's thighs, really. But one thing that you guys don't understand, when I came in 2009, Lapu-Lapu was just an outright tourist attraction, man. It was beautiful there. And I stayed most of my time, well, I stayed a week in the Crown Regency. And you know, remember this was during high season. And then my other week, I stayed in Tamboli Beach Resort. And at that time, it was just a beautiful place, man. It had its own little private beach out front, white sand. The water was crystal clear. But if somebody would have told me, hey, show me where SM Mall is, I couldn't have told you. You know. He said, Scott says, tell the wife to stop worrying about the gray hair in the background. You're not going to stop them from that.
What?
You know, women are over here, they're very vain. Marilyn, it looks young, a whole lot younger than her age, but hell, just anything, she wants it out. I'm like, where? Here, pull this out. I'm like, I can't see it. Where is it? Hey, Elliot, Makata, Elat. I don't know. I've been knowing her over a year now. I keep calling her Elat. Well, it is Elat, but I keep calling her Elliot. He says, I know y'all just got here, but don't forget to click the thumbs up and enjoy the show. Thank you, Elat, for that, you know, because I see a lot of these popular vloggers, man, they won't even say anything until they get 100 thumbs up. They'll sit there and eat cereal and pizza and tacos and wait till you guys get up to 100 likes. When the minute the camera comes on, man, the show starts with me. Y'all take that stuff for granted. Maybe I'll sit on here next time, okay, until I get 100 likes or whatever it is. Kevin Samuels wouldn't start until he got a certain amount of super chats. You know, he said, y'all ain't gonna, you know, keep on wasting my time. What's up, Kevin Jennings? Yeah, Merlin does look good, man. She really looks good. She takes good care of herself. A lot of women do. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the video I made. That sex is used to control you. Remember, a weak man is easier to control. If you know, I grew up in, my father was a preacher, and you know, I'm pretty sure y'all watched that movie, Samson and Delilah. And you know, the story goes that she cut off his hair. That was the source of his strength. But really, she cut off his nuts. That's the source of a man's strength. Okay? And that's what happens to you over here. Okay, they know how to keep you off balance. And let's just talk about that for a little while. But no, it wasn't his hair she cut off. Okay? But I do have, like I said on my video, I've got to give Filipinos their flowers. Okay, they're very good at what they do, you know. They'll have you spending money you ain't got. And, you know, they'll have you making promises you can't keep. Okay? That's just the bottom line. So just I tell y'all this stuff so you'll know it ahead of time, because you're gonna get blindsided, man. You're walking into a hornet's nest. You have no idea because we don't want to know, man. Okay, we're too blind to see and we're too deaf to hear what guys try to tell you. That there's a lot behind all that good loving and sweetness. There's a price you have to pay. All that loving and sweetness that they give you, there's interest compounded upon interest. And then when it's time for you to pay, you better be willing to pay. But y'all don't listen. You have no idea what the women are really like over here. They're very jealous. They can get delusional. Remember, we're coming from a different culture, and just because they can speak English and they can understand your English, a lot of times it's misinterpreted. Something that you say, she's going to take it all different, the wrong way. Okay? Your feelings don't matter. It's all about her feelings. But they use that sex, man, I'm going to tell you, because in their mind, that's all we want. Okay, me and Merlin had this discussion the other day. Okay? And she said, yeah, that's all y'all want. I said, well, what's the Filipino man want? Because somebody's over here pumping out them babies. Okay? But I just want you to know what you're walking into because they know what they're doing. Okay? Filipinos aren't easy, guys. I did a video about that. I'm going to do another one. Filipinos aren't easy part 2. They're not easy, man. They make it appear that they're easy. And we fall into the trap. We think, oh, yeah, she's from the province, the deep province. She don't know nothing. Not realizing that the culture teaches them a whole lot, man. Oh, she's poor. I got this. Oh, I'm 50 and she's 20. She don't know nothing. We walk right into that, man. And then we get our head handed to us. But they're not easy. I just want you to know that. And anybody that tells you they are, or if you think they are, you better think again. It's all a part of the game. Okay? I'm just giving you my 15 years of experience, because I'm not Tom Cruise and all that. Okay? Yeah, blindsided. We do get blindsided. I mean, especially you meet a woman with a good gobble game, she'll swallow your whole damn family tree. And there you are sitting up there looking stupid, making all them promises and everything that you can't keep on that damn honeymoon period. They'll keep you strung out on that honeymoon period until you broke. He says, I talk about delusional. Years ago, I woke up to a psychopath screaming and mad as a wet hen. Yeah, we don't understand. We think that everything works the same over here as it does in our home country. So you have to understand their feelings and that switch that they've got. Okay, because if you flip that switch, man, you're going to be in trouble. Y'all think I'm playing about the dark glasses in Moments of Mitch. Now here he comes up with the dark glasses. Because they're very jealous, man. If you're in a taxi cab, you just happen to look over and here comes some women. Oh, you looking at? What do you mean? I got eyes. I'm going to look. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I'm not staring at people. But anyway, just know that, guys. Just know that when she comes over here and gobbles you up and does everything you ask her to do, remember, there's a payment that's expected, okay? She's keeping score. She's never going to forget that. And it kind of goes into what we're going to talk about today. Hell knows no fury like a Filipino scorn. Everybody's heard that. And, I'm just going to read it from Wikipedia. I got this. It says, nothing in the world or even beyond the world, such as in the depths of hell, is as furious and capable of great anger as a woman who has been scorned. And they said scorn means slighted. If she feels she's been slighted, ridiculed, spurned, or shown contempt or disdain, a woman who feels she has been treated in such a manner is capable of such anger that even hell, the fiery seat of evil, cannot match it for its destructive power. And this is real over here, guys. See, y'all don't know it. You're walking into a hornet's nest. All these women are so beautiful, they're so innocent. You have no idea, man. And the reason I got this, because I've been following this case for a long time. It's one of those, it's none of my business, but it plays right into what I'm talking about today. April the 8th, 2024, an American actor was deported and blacklisted from the Philippines, okay? He had a live-in partner for 6 years. She was a famous actress and comedian. She had money, she had power, because I called him an actor, but he was nothing really. He wasn't Steve McQueen or Tom Cruise or anybody like that. He wasn't going to win an Academy Award. But if you white over here and you want to get into the acting, they'll find a part for you. It usually starts out, you're the goon. You show up in a suit and tie and, you're the bad guy. But because she was rich and famous, she got him a lot of work. And they were together for about 6 years. They had a baby. But when they split up, now I'm just, going by what I'm reading, because you can go online and read it. Okay, she felt slighted. So then she turned him in to the Bureau of Immigration for working over here without the proper permits. Now you got to realize they were together for 6 years. She knew he didn't have the proper permits at that time. Okay, but she was getting him work based on who she was, because she's famous and she's got money. And I'm gonna stop right there, because see, a lot of you guys, y'all get on here with your foolishness, talking about, oh, you want to come over here and you want a woman that's got money and is educated and this and that, right? Those are the ones that cause you big time trouble over here. See, because she had access to the courts and to the lawyers, and she got his ass deported. Didn't matter if they got a child together. Okay, Maryland says he's lucky she didn't kill him, because he moved on before she did and started seeing other women and stuff. There's always 3 or 4 different stories. I'm just going by what's in there. She was scorned. That's what she was, a woman scorned. She got rid of his ass. He's deported. It doesn't take a lot to get you deported over in the Philippines. If you don't hear nothing else I say, hear that. Because Filipino peace scared y'all with that family code. That's the least you got to worry about, guys. I told you that already. That's entertainment. That's to get the views. I told you, look how many views that video's got now. And it doesn't mean anything to you. But can you get blacklisted? Absolutely. For little or nothing over here. Have a child by a woman over here and she go to Bureau of Immigration and say you're not supporting the child. Okay? Are you, verbally abusing her or anything like that? You're out of here, dude. And this is what happens. We want these women to fall in love, but the deeper in love she falls, and when the harder the breakup, man, the harder you fall. You certainly got to move out off the island, possibly to leave the country, guys. It's that bad. Okay? So just know what you're walking into, okay? They were in a relationship for 6 years, had a baby. All this time, he never had the proper permits. But when they broke up, because she was hurt behind it. She felt slighted, all the help and everything I did, and now you leaving, you moving on, dating other women and stuff. I'm going to get you. and she was scorned, and he's blacklisted. He can never come back in the country again. So be careful what you wish for. Oh, I want a woman that's rich, you guys said, and educated and this and that. Yeah, okay. Those are the ones that's going to really mess you up. Okay, I just want a regular woman because I'm a regular man. We come over here all of a sudden, we big shots. You ain't shit in your country. If you a 2 over there, then come on over here and be a 2. That's good enough. But don't come over here and all of a sudden you a 10. Yeah, you the prize, you the catch, you the diamond, but be humble, man. Don't say I didn't warn you, okay? Because you're going to pay for all that sweetness. There's a lot behind that. And the deeper she falls in love, if she feels that you slighted her, which all of them are going to feel that way, it's always going to be your fault. Remember I just did the video and told you that? It's always your fault. If me and Merle, we're coming up on 5 years, okay? And we're as close as we ever be. We're not going to get any closer, okay? We're just going to ride off into the sunset together. But if all of a sudden we split up and Maryland's going to feel like it's my fault, she's going to cause me problems because guess what? Every other woman I dealt with over here was the same way. That's going to, they're so sweet, they're so innocent, they'll do anything for you. But then when you split up, now I'm going to have you blacklisted. I'm going to have you deported. And if you haven't heard that yet, it's because you're still on the honeymoon period or you haven't made her angry enough. But it's coming. I can cause you a lot of trouble over here. See, this is what we never talk about. We never talk about what happens when things go bad. We never talk about that. He said revenge is no, it's not, man. Look, man, you're meddling in my life, man. It has nothing to do with the live stream. Don't come on here with that foolishness, man. Go on with somewhere with that. It ain't 7-year itch over here. They can string you out forever over here. Okay. Now you're stepping outside your lane, man. I'm trying to be nice. 7 years. What about you? Don't worry about me. What about your life? That's who you should be worried about. This is great advice, but the reason I come up with these topics, Frank, is because we're not going to do it. I'm trying to help guys. They're not going to do it. I just want you to know when you come over here, especially when you decide, oh, I'm not going to take her back to the United States. What is the price you pay by staying over here in her country? You don't have a leg to stand on, dude. But we don't talk enough about that. Oh, I don't want her to change. Yeah, it's going to be at your expense, though. And she's going to change just because she's dealing with you. You're going to change her. Yeah, you don't have to take her to America to change her. He says, question, how deep is religion for the average Filipino woman? I can't tell you that they're very religious over here. They go to mass, they burn the candles, they pray, but it's like anywhere else. It's like anywhere else, really. When they think God's not looking, they're going to do that dirt too. Okay. It's just that simple. But they do have culture and everything like that. And you have to understand that. You have to respect that. Yeah, another dick watcher added to the list. These guys, man, they're crazy. Yeah, but you got to realize they're not perfect. They're doing the same thing everybody else is doing. Like I said, when they think God's not looking, they're doing their dirt. The religious fanatics are in America, and you know what's going on over there. The slave masters were so damn religious. They had the nerve to get down at the end of the night and pray to God. Okay? And then you got some human being chained out in the backyard. But what kind of God you praying to, by the way? Let's don't get on religion. But they're just as religious as anybody else. You're going to give them a plate of slops. Where do you think chitlins and all that came from? Are you eating high on the hog? Means you're eating the ham, the ribs, and all that. You give them the chitlins, the ears, the feet, the tail. And it's still a vital part of our diet in America for Black people. You know, they said 95% of our diet is from the slave days. It's true. So don't give me that stuff, man. He said, Calvin, what bank do you use there? I use Philippine National Bank. It's a great bank. They're everywhere, Roger. I mean, that's one thing I need. I don't need to be going somewhere. I don't got to look around for a bank. All I got to do is take my little bank book. I mean, everywhere you go, there's a Philippine National Bank. Siquijor, Boracay. I've never been to any place in the Philippines where there wasn't a Philippine National Bank. PNB. They got online banking. It's really good, man. This is where I come for the truth. Yeah, man, you know, Angelo Habib says, it's also hard to not complain around your Filipino, right? Particularly for the newcomers here. Yep, but, you know, it really isn't, because you have to understand, Angelo, you're in the Philippines, you know, you're not in your country. And I've told you over and over and over, even if it's your girlfriend, even if it's your wife, the culture over here, you're disrespecting the culture when you talk about the country or you talk about the Filipino people, especially in front of another Filipino. Don't do it. I mean, you know, hold that stuff in. Know that, you know, remember, it's going to take a while for you to get acclimated over here. And then once you make it to the other side, the things you were complaining about, you're like, oh, it's nothing. You know, but when you first get here, you're like, well, I'm not at home anymore. Yeah, you're right. You're not at home anymore. I mean, me and Alan was talking about this last night. He's a great guy, man. I really like Alan. He had a good conversation. You know, I was telling him, you know, we were talking about these people always come over here and want to talk about the Filipino infrastructure, right? Well, you don't come to the Philippines for the infrastructure, number one. Number two is, it's one typhoon, a natural disaster after another. The minute they clean up and recover from that, here comes another one. But yet, these soft-ass Westerners come over here, still on their honeymoon, forgetting where they come from, thinking everything the same way over there as it is around the world. And they want to talk about and put down the country. Now, realize a lot of what happens over here is out of the people's control. But we don't think about that. We're spoiled. Okay? You're not showing any class at all. Imagine if you invited me over to your house, and the minute I get in there, oh, it stinks in here. Oh, why don't you have your mother clean up? The food is terrible. Would you ever invite me back? I don't think you would. But we do the same thing because we think we're privileged. You know, shut the fuck up and mind your own business. If you don't like it, get back on the plane and go back home. Don't put people down, man. A lot of what's going on over here is out of their control. You know, but people don't come here for the infrastructure, that big high-rise buildings, mass transit systems and all that. If that's what you want, then go to New York City. Okay, somewhere like that. You come here for the peace, the natural beauty, man. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You're going to find whatever you're looking for. That's a story that's in Think and Grow Rich. The old man comes up to the new city and asks the people, hey, am I going to find happy people here, positive people here? They say, yeah. Then he comes to the next city. He says, hey, am I going to find evil people here, negative people here? They say, yeah. The whole point is you're going to find whatever you're looking for, wherever you are, guys. Okay? So stop with that, man. Don't do that over here. You know, it's not like human beings, man. We're not finished yet. We're still developing. Your country is not at the top of the heap. It's still getting better. It's not somewhere where you can say, oh, this is utopia. Yeah, let's crack open a couple of Cokes, man. You know, I don't drink. May the 13th, 1998, I quit drinking, man. It'll be 26 years. He said, I want to crack open a couple of beers with you, Cal. He said, guys trying to throw wrenches in your program. Yeah. He said, yes, sir, winning. 53 Shades Darker, he's getting married, man. He vetted his woman, though. I met her before. He vetted his woman. You know, they've been together, you know. That takes about that amount of time, about 6 or 7 years. You're coming from a whole different culture, man. You're coming into a whole different country. It takes some time, man. But some guys, you know, will come right over here and get married thinking that all the women over here, they're the same as they are in my country. They're not, man. They're different. Hey, Sean, he says, thanks for sharing your knowledge and insights. I've watched many videos created by you. Well, thank you, man. We were talking about that last night and why my vlogs are the way they are, because I don't want guys to get blindsided over here. I can't just, you know, there's enough. I think everybody has their lane over here. If you want the honeymoon period, there's guys over here who's going to give it to you. If you want TNA, there's people who are going to give it to you. If you want gossip, you got that. If you want real life, then you got me. Because that's what we were talking about. You know, we never take into consideration the woman's feelings when we get over here. It's all about us, really. You know, self-preservation is one thing, but taking advantage of somebody and not trying to understand where they're coming from is another. Because I've talked about it before. When you come over here and you enter in a relationship with a woman, many of them who are struggling to a level that you could never understand, you'll never understand. They have to have an edge about them. And this is what I like about Filipinos, okay? To make it in this country, man, you really got to be tough as nails. But when we come over here, we dull the edge. So whether it's for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, the rest of your life, she's never going to be the same. Aircon, Wi-Fi 24 hours a day, a real mattress, hot showers, you know, food anytime you want it. And then you go back to Seattle after 2 weeks. She's never going to be the same. She's never going to be able to go back to working that 200 peso a day job, living in those, you know, some of them come from just stifling poverty. You know, there's no aircon. Okay, they're using the bucket. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm trying to do is tell you about it so you can understand it. I try to understand what you're getting into. Women are not easy over here. They make it easy. They make it seem easy. Yeah, he said the scraps and leftovers. Yeah. Where do you think they get the expression eating high on the hog? You know, but these same sorry bastards will get down on their knees and pray to some God. And you got some man chained up, or man, woman, and child chained up in your backyard. Look up chattel slavery. Chattel slavery, however you want to pronounce it. Where those slaves, that wasn't just slavery. We were property. We were no different than me and Alan was looking at the cows and bulls chained up out in front of my house. He was asking me, why don't I get meat from them and all that? I said, I don't know whose they are. I know who takes care of them. But we were no different than that. He said, what about BDO? Well, BDO is hard to get an account there. It's the #1 bank in the Philippines. So they're going to be a whole lot strict, Frank. I'm just giving you boots on the ground experience. You can take it or leave it alone. You can come over here. Everybody that I know that came over here and tried to get a account with BDO was struck down. I'm passing on information John passed on to me. He said, man, I went to BDO, I went to BPI, nothing. He said, I went to PNB and they gave me an account. Go to PNB. So I went to PNB and they gave me an account. So if you want to be over here, BDO and everything, because we were talking about that too. that everything operates a certain way over here. I was telling him ways to get around the crowds and everything like that, because I did the video about it. I only really go shopping Monday through Thursday. And, you know, same with BDOC. It's all about, that's the best bank. So when you go to BDO, if you are able to get an account there, you're going to wait in line because it's a status thing to have an account at BDO. So the lines are going to be long. I used to go around with Marilyn when she was still working. And you go into these popular banks, and she was there making deposits for people. And you sit there, man. But you go into PNB, and you may be in there 10 minutes, and you're out of there, buddy. And they know you. He said, prenup 5,000 pesos. Wow. I'm just trying to tell you the things that may help you over here. BDO is a great bank. BPI is a great bank. Metro Bank, China Bank. I'm just giving you my experience. John told me that, and I went there, and I was able to get an account. That's the only time I tried, and I was successful. So I was 100%. I'm betting 100%. Angelo said, Cal, do you happen to have a Philippine credit card? I don't. I can't seem to get approved for one. Then finally, I realized my Canadian one is just as useful. Yeah, you wouldn't need it. I mean, why would you need it? I mean, over here, they really don't have that type of credit system that we have in the West. If you go in there and try to buy a car and everything like that, it's basically going to go by your money, how much money you got, do you got a job? But they don't have a credit system, a national credit system. Mitch said, people should expect it to be different. I'm hoping for different. Me too. That's what I wanted when I came over here. I didn't want the same. Me and Alan was talking about that. If I wanted all that fancy stuff, I'd have just stayed at home. You know, I want different. I want the culture shock. I want my senses to be turned upside down and all of that. I want to be shocked, man. That's why I left the Matrix. I want something different, including the women. Okay, including the experience, everything. I don't want more of the same. But that's what we do. We come over here, we want more of the same. And so when they can't take it, they go to Thailand where there's more of the same. Brian Nichols said PNB sounds like what BOA, Bank of America, used to be here. It's just a great bank. I mean, it's not like, to me, it's not like a step down. I mean, because no matter where you go, there's a PNB bank in the Philippines. Okay, you go to some of the nicest, you go to the Cebu business district, over by Ayala, there's one there, a fancy one, couple of them, in the fancy towers and all that. Or you can go to San Carlos City, and there's one in probably 100-year-old building. Okay, that probably needs painting and all that, but it's tremendous. I mean, they got excellent customer service. I mean, you know, you're seeing the same tellers, the same people every single day. They know you by your first name. That means something to me, man. At home, people don't know you at home anymore because you're swiping everything. They don't know you. We were talking about that last night, believe it or not. We had a good conversation. I did not know my neighbors when I left America on both sides of me. When I was growing up, I knew everybody on my street on both sides. Now, when I left to come to the Philippines, I didn't know my neighbors, but here I know my neighbors. They know me. Hey, can I get a couple of papayas off the tree? Yeah, go ahead. The little kids come over and play with my kids. It's a throwback, guys. And that's why I like it over here. I understand the situation with the infrastructure and all that. I mean, they only have so much money, but you don't come to the Philippines for the infrastructure, man. That's for these soft-ass people. Their infrastructure is good enough for me. I'm not trying to build an atomic bomb. How many times I got to say that? I've got fiber optic Wi-Fi here, 5G, by the way. Okay. Hey, Mike Dawsonville, thanks for that super chat. He says, don't let that pretty face and the beautiful smile fool you. Filipinos can also be vindictive. Play if you want. Play if you want to. Remember, life is cheap over there. And I couldn't have said any better. Revenge is a mother, man. If you better know what you're walking into when you get over here. Instead of coming over here, you know, getting settled, looking around, seeing how things move, who's running what, who's who, and all of that. We jump right in the deep end with both feet. And then when something goes wrong, we wonder what happened. Well, that's what happened. You jumped in with both feet in the deep end. You have no idea about the culture, about the people, or anything. There's a lot riding behind that sweetness and all that loving that she's giving you. But you too blind. You can't see it. You're too deaf. You're not trying to hear what people are trying to help you. All you seeing is that loving. All you seeing is the inside of the woman's thighs. You have no idea, man, that there's a price you got to pay for that, guys. Wake up, man. I'm telling you this over and over and over. Because you're coming over here, you're stepping in a pile of shit, man. Because y'all won't listen. So I don't want to hear your sob stories anymore. Come over here and treat people like they're human beings. Give them the same respect you would respect anywhere else. Don't bring the matrix with you when it comes to that. Know that you're in a different country, different culture. I'm preaching now because you're going to get in trouble. You see this man. This man didn't do anything wrong. He just, the woman fell in love with him. And it broke up when she wasn't ready for it to break up. Okay? And that's what's going to happen to a lot of us. Luckily, the woman you deal with is just a regular woman. She don't have money. She don't have access to great lawyers and all that. She's not a celebrity. Because if she is, that's going to be your ass. Merlin said it's lucky that she didn't have the man killed. She said, we can get that angry. And I'm thinking, wow, as me and Merlin been together 5 years, I'm learning more and more, She said, you just don't understand how angry we can become. Well, that's what it says here. Hell knows no fury like a woman scorned. I just put Filipina in there because you're coming over here dealing with Filipino women. But we don't know what we're dealing with. You get them in here, they got good gobble game, they gobble you up. They'll swallow your whole damn family tree, man. And you sitting there looking all stupid. Thinking you some kind of king of the hill, top of the heap. Oh, I didn't hit the lottery. Then when shit goes sour, man, you got to leave the country, man. What's up, King B. Stacker? He said, my credit hasn't been a problem since my divorce. I use my credit card like cash. I pay it off at least once a month. Credit scores over 800. It's got to be responsible with it. Yeah, but when you come over here, if you have any plans on coming over here, that means nothing. An 800 credit score means absolutely nothing in the Philippines. I applaud you for that because my credit scores went up 180 points since I've been over here. Because I just use one credit card and I use it over and over. I pay it off. But it don't do me any good over here. It does me absolutely no good over here. And if you do have an over 800 score, hell, you should be trying to get rich. I remember Robert Townsend, he was financing his movies on his credit cards. Hey, Otis Allen, thanks for that super chat. But we just need to have real life conversations. I'm not going to talk about that foolishness, man. Because there's enough foolishness on YouTube. Everybody has got their own lane over here. Whatever you're looking for, you can find it about the Philippines. If you like travel, it's there. If you like gossip, it's there. If you like TNA, it's there, you know, and all of that, relationships and all that. But somebody's got to talk about real life, okay? Because you're going to hit over the head. You're going to get your head busted over here, you know. They're kicking ass and taking names over here because we don't have no idea what we're doing over here. They don't care that you was the senior chief in the United States Navy in America. They don't care if you was the chief of police or that you own your own insurance agency. That means absolutely nothing. When you get over here, they kicking ass and taking names. He says, D. Hicks says, on Modern Family, Al Bundy's wife and stepson from Colombia, the kid complained the hotel was subpar. Al told him to shut up. You were eating beans out of a bucket before I brought you to the U.S. But yeah, guys, we got to know that if you come over here and get into a relationship, you better know what that's all about. There's a whole lot going on behind that. All that sweetness and all that loving, man. You got to pay a price. Just be willing to pay it. Hey, Mailman 17, he said, OG, I'm a Thailand guy, but your commentary on the Philippines is hilarious. Keep up the content, OG. I've been watching your videos laughing. Yeah, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Somebody's got to have some type of common sense, man. It's too much sugary bullshit going on. The Philippines is what it is. It is what it is, man. When you come over here from the West, man, you're just going to be blown away by some of the stuff you're going to see. But we always want to talk about women, so I'm just going to give it to you straight. You better know what you're doing when you get in these relationships over here, especially if they fall in love with you. And then you trying to move on. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen, man. And then if she's got money, if she's got power, good luck. This man got deported. Okay, the same guy that she was sleeping next to every night that she knew good and well he didn't have the proper work permits, but yes, she's getting him jobs. But the minute they broke up, boom, she turned him in. So just be careful, especially if you over here trying to do something under the table, like owning a business or something over here with the woman you're with right now. And the minute things split up, she's turning you in. Just know that. Hey, Angelo Habibi said, what's your theme song lately? Well, I play the theme song's on my phone. I've got to find some way to get it from my phone because he sent it to me. He didn't send it to me in a file. He sent it to me in Facebook Messenger. So it's on my phone and I've got to somehow, let's see, maybe since I can get into my computer now. Let's see, Angelo, maybe I can play it on my computer. Since I can get in, I wasn't able to get in my Facebook on my computer before. But that's what it is. So whenever I do my live streams on my computer, on my cell phone, I can't play the theme song. But let me see if I can do it. Just with shits and giggles, I guess. But yeah, woman scorn, man. You know, one thing that we fall into the trap is this. We think that women over here are easy. Be honest, man. Raise your hand if you think Filipinos are easy, and that's the impression you get when you see guys like me and older guys broken down and everything coming over here getting dime pieces, you know, because this is the land of misfits. You see some of the strangest couples over here, the odd couples, man. You know something's going on, and that's what it is. They don't know because they're all happy but let me see if I can get this to play. Maybe I can. I don't know. I'll try as we go on. So I just try to tell you little stuff like that so that you'll get some idea that it's really not that easy. While she's down there swallowing your family tree, you know good and well you're going to be spending money you don't have. You're going to be making promises you can't keep. And that's all part of the game. But y'all don't think so. Y'all think these women over here are stupid. D. Hicks said facts, Cal. Let me see if I can get this. Let's see. Because I never tried it. Let's see. Oh, there. I never tried it on here before. See, it couldn't be processed. All right, let's see if I can get it. Just give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. But I see everybody's got a theme song now. See, I be setting a precedent. Y'all don't even give me credit for that. I see all these little sites got well, okay. They got a theme song now. Philippine Antics got a good one. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Wait, I can do it now. Let me see. Well, I'll do it some other time. He said, facts, Cal. I've been around the world, and the look on people's face when they realize they aren't in Kansas anymore. I just don't understand why people always try to put the Philippines down. Like, you're still on planet Earth, man. I mean, I don't understand. I don't get that. I mean, you know, you got to stay over here long enough. There's 2,000 islands that people live on over here. You're not going to come anywhere near seeing enough of the Philippines to make a real judgment. Not a real intelligent judgment. You sound stupid. Same with Thailand and all those other places. I mean, I can come over here and stay in BGC and give you a story about the Philippines, and then you come over here and come to San Carlos City and be like, man, he lied about the Philippines. It's just too much to see for you to make any type of intelligent judgment. But just know that this is a tropical island, okay? The weather's good, the natural beauty and all that. Now, if you want to come over here and focus on the poverty and the differences between your country, okay, that's you. I didn't come over here for that. I like the peace and tranquility, man. Nobody bothers me here. Okay, I get the benefit of the doubt over here. He said they can play us like a fiddle. Of course they can, because they're hitting at your male instincts. They're hitting you right dead in the middle of that. The woman didn't cut off Samson's hair. She cut off his nuts. She made him weak. Okay, and that's what happens to us. You know, I see guys all the time. They're over here. They're happy as a lark because they're on the. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, they're happy as a lark because they're on the honeymoon period. They're not going to be able to handle it when they fall off the cliff. See, I feel sorry for the man who comes over here and falls in love with the woman who's not in love. Those are the ones I really feel sorry for. Because I'm telling you right now what's going to happen when the woman falls in love with you. And then you trying to move on. You realize, oh, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. You're going to have to I would certainly have to leave San Carlos City. There would be no staying here. You know, and then because Maryland has too many connections here. I mean, really. Okay. I would have to really get off YouTube. I would have to really go underground. Hey, Kevin, he says, I see a lot of your concepts on people's videos. I've been watching your videos since 2020. You know, it's a community, man, and a lot of what we talk about, everybody really experiences it. A lot of times what I question is the timing. It's not so much the topic, because we try to, uh, experience and talk about the same topics. I just, it's the timing. If you come out with a video and you're talking about, hey, I was scammed, and then now all of a sudden some other guy comes out with a video the same day, the next day, I was scammed. Because it's not easy what we do. We make it look easy. Imagine you've been watching me since 2020. I make a video every day on live stream. If you think that's easy, then try it. Okay, and then to make it relevant, then to make it interesting enough where people are watching, and then you have no training. You're doing this, off the cuff. It's coming out of my head, and my memory's not what it used to be. I mean, that's not an easy thing to do, but we take it for granted. We take it for granted. When you're watching these vloggers, man, we hold them to such a high standard, man. I don't understand it. Wait. Hey, guys, let Curly in, please. Can you let Curly in? See, this is the reason why I really don't want to put that guest house on Airbnb. But somebody's in there relaxing, and here comes Curly wanting to get in the gate, and he's not going to stop until you let him in. Hey, Rashad, he said, Unc, how do you stay disciplined with remaining loyal when you are one of the most popular black men on YouTube? And I know that commands a lot of female attention. I don't look them in the eye, man. I try to avoid that kind of situation, because, and it's easy when you got an attractive woman that keeps your attention. So, Merlin's sexy as hell, man. Merlin's 41, but, man, she looks a lot younger, especially her body now. She's transformed herself. But it's real easy because I don't look them in the eye, Like I was at the Save More yesterday, me and Alan, and I went to Bass. They got it's not Red Ribbon. What's the other one? Gold. What's the other one? Well, it's another bakery over here. When a lady starts asking me all these questions, and I'm getting nervous because, where are you from? And all of that, knowing this lady knows me. You could not work in Save More. You could not be in St. Carlos City and not know who I am. There's not that many black men around here. Okay. But yeah, I don't look them in the eye. I don't put myself in a position where, I'm going to be tempted. I've done that before. Not even trying. Because you're a man. You're a hunter. If a woman hands you herself on a silver platter, man, it's going to be hard. Depending on who the woman is, it's going to be hard for you to turn that away. So I don't put myself in that position. So that's what I do. I stay close to home. And if I do go somewhere, usually Maryland's with me. Because I put myself in that position before. And I got in trouble. We're men, we were talking, me and Alan last night. He said, it's a lot of trouble walking around. Because we was in Save More, man. Here comes a woman, look to be 23, 24. This is a stunner, man, with a body that's out of this world. I looked at him. I didn't look at the woman. I saw her coming. And when she passed us, that's when he said, yeah, there's a lot of trouble walking around here. And he's right. It is. If you're looking for that kind of trouble, it's trouble here, man. I don't care what you're saying. Cisco says it's easy to stay loyal to a truly good woman. It is, it's easier. I'm not going to say it's easy, especially when you're in the Philippines, when there's literally millions. You don't have to go to these big cities to see beautiful women. They're everywhere. And if that's what you're looking for, you're going to find it. He asked me how I stayed away from it. I was ambushed. That's the only reason I ran into that woman down there trying to help that Belgian. I had no idea that's what she had in mind. I was down there trying to help somebody else. I was ambushed. And I think that's Marilyn understood that. She knows I'm not going to intentionally go out and look for a woman, because imagine if I did, you know, I could have several, man, not because I'm some beautiful man, but because of what I have to offer. Okay. Kevin said, to be honest, I was wondering how you came up with different subjects every day. I figured it was hard. Anyway, keep up the good work. Most of us appreciate it. Thank you, man. It's not easy. Stephen Phillips says, I don't look at them in the eye either. I'm looking at other areas. Yeah, well, I just don't look for the recognition. You know, I don't look for it because you can see it. Okay, you can see it, man. And that's how they communicate over here a lot of ways, is through their eyes. If you don't believe me, ask somebody who's been around the Philippines a long enough time. I mean, you can see it. And then that smile, man, you know, John taught me that. Every smile and every hello is not the same. Some of them you walk past people, they're just like, hello. And then someone's like, hello, you know, and you see it, they light up and you know, oh man, this is trouble. You better keep going. Because if I'm doing a video sometimes, or sometimes I'm in a tricycle, here's another tricycle comes up. And I'm trying to think, I think it was Angelo Habib was with me. Yeah, he was. And man, we saw this young stunner in the other tricycle. They're everywhere, man. You can't avoid it. So I just try not to get their attention. You know, just to keep myself honest. Yeah, Goldilocks. Goldilocks. Yeah, because I just went, man, you know, how many times I go up to the cashier and the lady never says anything to me. She just takes my money. But yesterday, for some reason, I guess, you know, this is that whole point I'm saying, okay, if you want to just meet a woman over here and you don't want to go on the dating site, well, they got to become comfortable with you, familiar with you. So, okay, if you see somebody that you may be attracted to, it, then she works at Jollibee. Then go to Jollibee every day and go to her cash register every day. And until she makes some type of recognition, okay, then she'll give you a sign. But I wouldn't do it. The good women are on the dating sites if you know what you're doing. This is how they expect you to meet the women anyway. They got the flashing red light. Everybody else doesn't have a flashing red light. You're taking a big chance when you're running up on these women over here. You don't know who you're talking to. They don't have a chain around their neck, a sign around their neck saying, oh, I'm the mayor's daughter, or I'm the barangay captain's niece or something. And they don't want some old foreign man all up in their daughter's face. He get you in trouble, man. He says, last night my girlfriend caught me checking out two girls together. Oops. Yeah, it's an ugly sight. And really, when you do that, the shine comes off real quick. I mean, okay, it just, you know, your star gets duller and duller the more she catches you doing that. He says, I agree, Cal, that eye contact starts it all. Then the little smile and, well, you know, trouble. Yeah, I just don't look at women in the eye. And like I said, you know, I stay close to home. You know, I got an attractive woman, okay? And, you know, that keeps you honest. You know, I'm not looking for trouble. Because if you're looking for trouble, you're going to find it, man. I promise you. And, you know, be careful what you wish for. That's all I'm saying. But when you come over here and you're thinking that, wait, yeah, let me get rid of this guy. I'm tired of these guys, man, you know. Get rid of this Goldfinger 3. I mean, don't they have anything to do but to keep making these? Somebody gave me that suggestion too. He said, Cal, keep zapping them, make them go through all the trouble of creating a new profile and all that. D. Hicks says, once upon a time in America, any man that had a job with benefits was desirable. If you had a good woman, you had to avoid the booby traps from the women out there fishing. And there's women over here fishing. Merlin calls them dreamers. And they are, they see a situation that like what Merlin has, and they dream of being in that position. The nice house, the nice man, the motorcycle, and Merlin can basically do anything she wants to do. And so they dream of that. One day they could have that. And they will take, they'll put themselves in a position to try to take you from her. They call them dreamers. It's easier when they can see what you got from a distance instead of having to guess. Because remember, Filipinos get lucky. We don't get lucky. They get lucky. They don't know who they're meeting. The guy may be barely making it. Imagine you're online and you see Broke John. Is that what they call him? The guy that had to go back, that they raised all the money for in Dumageddon. See, some women end up with guys like him who are broke, for real. But they think, oh, he's rich, I'm going to take a chance. See, they don't know. So it's easier to be a dreamer, to sit back and watch and say, oh, this guy, he's got something going on over here. He done built a house and a lot and da. He's got what I'm looking for. So then they pursue you like that. Okay? Yeah, it's a difference. They call them dreamers. They don't get online because they're taking too big of a chance. They don't want a bum, really. They want somebody to help them to get the hell out of there, to escape. Joe McGrath says, you think I could survive in the Philippines drawing $2,200 a month on Social Security? Now, that's a question really that no one really can answer truthfully, because how much of that $2,200 is free and clear? Do you have bills that you're still paying at home? Okay, what do you like to do, Joe? Do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you skirt chase? Are you going to live by yourself? Are you going to have a woman? Does she have children? Where are you going to live? Metro Manila, Cebu City, Dumageddon, San Carlos City? Where are you going to live? I mean, you should be able to, because $2,200 a month would be considered upper middle class here. I mean, you're high class over here because $3,800 US, you're considered rich over here. So if you're earning $2,200, then you're high middle class. You're way up there. But this depends on what. Do you like to travel? Do you still, are you going to bring the matrix with you, meaning you still materialistic? Do you want, I got a friend that's got two 65-inch televisions in his condominium, by the way. He's got a one-bedroom condominium, and I promise you, they're not 12 feet from each other. On the other side of the wall, his living room wall is his bedroom, he's got another 65-inch. Are you going to live like that? Maybe then it's going to be hard. If you live like me, it's more than enough. Yeah, he said, what a desperate SOB. Make a burn account just to troll again. A real dick watcher. It's some real sick people out here, man, and vloggers come under attack, especially in the Philippines, especially in Southeast Asia. And I see where, some people are spurring that stuff on, man. Somebody's going to get really hurt behind it, man. And I don't want to be a part of it. So I ignore it, but to spur that on, man, and, because you really don't know who you're dealing with. You think you know people because you see them every day on the internet or whatever it is. You don't know people over here, man. What day is it? Is today going to be the day that they snap? We don't know. He said eating pancakes. Oh man. And then Maryland makes good pancakes, but she makes it out. You know, we get that complete. Where all you gotta do is add water. Hell, I might eat that today, cuz. See, cuz, you know, I like the lifestyle he lives. He's a digital nomad. He's a young guy in his 40s. Got a young, you know, attractive girlfriend, and you know, he's got a positive attitude. It's like you don't hear him complaining. He knows where he is over here. He's making the best of it. You know, he likes Manila. He's living somewhere near Makati or BGC. He's not that far from there. You know, he's just making the best of it. And those are the kind of guys I like to be around. He says 2,200 without any bills in America, you're a winner. But how could that be, HTL? You're going to have some type of bills. But what he can do is like I was talking about the other day. See, videos like that, they're very important, but they don't get any views. When I said, we're squandering an opportunity of a lifetime. Man, you could come over here to the Philippines just for 6 months out of the year and pay your damn credit card bills down at home because of the money that you're going to save over here. We don't even think about that. We come over here and say, oh, I got extra money, so guess what? We spend it. You could get out of debt over here. You could come over here 6 months out of the year, okay, pay my student loan down or whatever it is, my car loan that I got over there, because you're going to have extra money to do it. You could actually get out of debt by coming to places like the Philippines. If you got just a simple plan, I'm not going to make any major purchases while I'm over here. I'm not going to buy a damn car over here in the Philippines, man. What would you do that? He said, thanks, Cal. Well, you know I'm telling the truth, man. We text back and forth every day. You know, he's a real deal, man. You know, he's the type of guy that you could learn from over here. Especially if you're young, because a lot of you young guys, man, y'all soft, man. You're going to find in the Philippines whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for all that old negative stuff, it's here. You're going to find it. I made it to the other side, man. I can see the Philippines for what it is and what it is. And, man, I can see clearly now. I love it over here, man. You know, I can show you how to get rich in the Philippines without owning a damn thing. But you don't want to listen. All y'all want to talk about is women. I go broke. My YouTube channel go down the tubes teaching stuff like that. Important life lessons like that. What I've learned over in 15 years. I'm almost debt free. Okay. And they say, well, your name's not on you don't own that. Yes, I do. Okay, because I got a woman I can trust. I know that she's never going to kick me out. If anything, I'll leave, but she'll never kick me out. We're looking at another piece of land over there in Cebu, 120 square meters for 60,000 pesos. Why wouldn't I do that? I got a daughter over here. You know, pretty soon, man, I'm talking about I've done this in the last 3 years, man. You can get rich over here. What does it matter as long as you're rich? Whether you're in America or wherever, in the Philippines, you're rich. Okay? Thanks, Reginald Brown, for that super sticker. But all we want to worry about is these damn women who got a plan for your ass that you don't even know about. You think, oh, it's so easy. You know, she got a good gobble game. Because they do. You got to give them the flowers. They're going to gobble you up, man. Like I said, swallow your whole damn family tree over here. You ain't going to know what hit you. Yeah, he said, I have no credit card bills. You shouldn't. If you over here, then pay off your bills over there. Then when you go back over there, life is going to be a whole lot simpler. You're going to have more of your money to work with over there. Because some guy asked me yesterday, do I invest? And I was like, no, I'm 60, man. I can't, I don't really have a real job. I can't recoup those losses. I said, you're still young. I think he's in his 40s, early 50s. You working, you can take those chances. Carl said, that's facts. I paid my debt off so quick being here. I mean, it only makes sense, man, if you really sit here long enough to think about it. Some guy is paying $100 for rent. I saw the video. It's true. There's a house here in St. Carlos City. They want $140 a month for it. So what are you going to do with that money you're saving? Okay, your rent. The guy I was talking to yesterday, he lives in Delaware. He's staying in a 2-bedroom apartment. I think 2 baths, whatever it is. Nice place. $2,600 is his rent. Okay, so if you go from that 2,600 to 140, what are you going to do with that 2,500 you're saving? You got to do something with it, even if you just save it. But no, what we do, we spend it. We become a big shot over here now, buying the woman everything. What times the travel said, that's my goal, Cal. That's why I'm keeping my home in America. Like live 6 months in America and 6 months in the Philippines. Yeah. And do something with the money you're saving. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to save over here. But most of us, not only do we bring the matrix with us, but we keep it here. We don't try to get it out of our bloodstream. We keep up with all that material stuff. We buy the best of everything. Oh, I deserve it. Okay, then, well, there's a price you pay for that. He said, men are women in the U.S. and women are men. That's crazy. But I know that, that men, we gossip a whole lot more now in America than we used to. I mean, really, that's mainly all YouTube is. The big YouTubers, that's all they're dealing in is gossip. That's all they're dealing in. Gossip is just talking about stuff you really don't know a whole lot about. You really don't have any facts. It's hearsay. That's gossip. So you're not going to turn on my channel. I'm not going to be talking about P. Diddy and his situation just to get views. Kyle says, I went from 1,100 rent in Vegas to 265 here. Put at least 500 away bi-weekly. You got to take advantage of it. If you don't, you only got yourself to blame. This is what coming to a place like the Philippines and Thailand and all that offers. It offers more than women. Get your man off of the women. Okay? You a man. My mother told me that when I was 8 years old. She said, that's the least you got to worry about. I promise. This is a true story. If you take good care of yourself, that's the least you got to worry about as a woman. You're going to have a woman. But here we are, 60, 65 years old. We still don't learn that lesson. That's all you worried about. Well, guess what? If that's all you're thinking about, and that's all you come to the Philippines for, that's all you're going to get. And be careful what you wish for, because a whole lot comes with that. That's the theme of this vlog today. There's a whole lot behind all that loving and kindness and sweetness. You have no idea what's behind that. All that's drawing interest, compounded upon interest. And when you break up, the payment comes and she wants it in full. You do all that stuff only to have to leave the country, basically. You're going to blacklist yourself. Dealing with the wrong woman over here, or making these women fall in love so soon, because they fall in love and they fall quick and they fall hard. And then you realize, oh man, this is not what I want. I don't want to be stuck in one place. I don't want to live in Cebu. I want to move to San Carlos City. Now you got trouble on your hands. She's a scorned woman. What's it say right here? Scorn means slighted, ridiculed, spurned, or shown contempt or disdain. It said a woman who feels she has been treated in such a manner is capable of such anger that even hell, the fiery seat of evil, cannot match it. Wow, for its destruction power. Man, and that's what happens over here. That's that guy. And then they got a picture of him in the Filipino Star, the Phil Star, getting on the damn plane. Okay, here he was, some big actor over here. One day, he got too big for his britches. He didn't realize what he was dealing with over here. Now he's blacklisted with a daughter over here, a little bitty daughter, man. What, she's about 2 or 3 years old or something. He can't even see the baby. Hell knows no fury like a Filipino scorn, man. Y'all come over here building these women up, spoiling them, man. Then it's time to break up. Yeah, she gonna spoil your ass. He said, I would always have a backup. My home in the States is paid for. I was free to buy my condo in the Philippines as a base for cultural understanding. Now, we were talking about that on my members only live stream. We were talking about, do you buy a condo, do you buy a house, or do you rent? And one thing about condominiums in the Philippines is the price. Now, you can help us, how, and 53 Shades Darker, because everything that I've read, these condos are overpriced here. And I was reading, I actually was watching a YouTube video where they say a correction is coming. Where then, the market's going to really, settle where it's supposed to be, and the bottom's going to drop out. Because really, condominiums over here are some of the most expensive really in the world. I mean, I'm not talking about in New York and all that, where, that stuff is just crazy. But I'm talking about the condominiums over here, man. They cost more than what I would pay for a house or even a condominium in the United States, coming from Louisville, Kentucky. You're talking about, I think 53 Shades Darker said he paid $14 million for his. Man, I just don't understand. Okay, well, hell, you got a deal. Now, from what I was looking at, like I said, he paid $14 million. And then I was looking at the video of this guy in BGC, because what they're doing, they're buying the condominiums and they're trying to, use them as an investment, put them on Airbnb. But the market is so glutted now. I mean, you spend $12 million for a condominium and now you can't sell it. He's been trying to sell it for 3 years, because why would you spend $12 million for a used condominium when you can get a new one for $12 million? And that's what I'm saying. It's been an overcorrection. They saying that there's going to be a correction coming over here. So be careful, man, when you're spending all that money for these condominiums, which I don't understand it. The condominium this guy had, it's right from his window, you can see St. Luke Hospital. So, a lot of people come there when they have to do their physical for their visas and everything like that. So he was banking on that. He claimed he had 100% occupancy at $100 a night. Well, somebody added it up and said, man, it's still going to take you so many years. You'll be dead by the time you pay your condominium off. And then they checked him and said, hey, I'm looking on Airbnb now. You don't have 100% occupancy. It's showing that you got, vacancies, But that's a lot of money, man, over here. For what? His apartment was 80 square meters or 90 square meters. Where if you were to build a house for $12 million, my God, what would you have? You'd have a palace. Hey, Young Fresh Global Travel, thanks for that super chat. He says, I'll be in Cebu in 2 weeks. I'm buying you a cold Red Horse, man. Just buy me a cold Coke. I don't drink, guys. And I don't have anything against drinking. I'm not on some crusade. I just don't drink. He said, come on, you gotta have one. You're dropping jewels as usual. Man, I promise you, man, if I drink one Red Horse, then you're gonna see all that stuff y'all really want to see on my channel. Yeah, they'll put me out of the Philippines. He said 1.8 is what I paid. Yeah, that's a good price for one. You know. Yeah, and we don't know. See, I'm still doing my research because I was going to name the live stream, which I may do it on my regular channel. Why are condominiums so expensive here? Because no one's ever been able to answer that question for me. Because you don't have to tell me. He says, stay sober. Shit, you think you got to tell me? I've been sober for going on 26 years, man. I'm not gonna let one Red Horse destroy that. That's my greatest accomplishments outside of me having children. He said, Cal, have you tried Coke Zero? I haven't. And I'm gonna tell you why. I don't like anything that's got that aftertaste. And I drink this blue water over here. It's flavored drink with vitamins. There's no aftertaste. Everybody comes to my house, I get them hooked on them. They got different flavors. I mean, this is delicious. But a lot of people come over here and drink the Coke Zero. What's up, Philippine Paradise? He said, yeah, I'm back in the Philippines in May, Cal. So what do? Do you rent it out, Hal, when you're not here? Because 1.8 would be what I would do. He said, me too, Cal. I haven't had a drink in 30 years. Yeah, you know what? The biggest surprise for me when I stopped drinking, and one of the reasons I kept drinking so long, I thought, man, I'm going to have a boring life if I stop drinking. What am I going to do? My whole life was centered around drinking and getting high. But hell, little did I know, man, your life gets so much better that you couldn't pay me to go back to that delusional thinking. This is a cherry Coke Zero. Is foamy and doesn't hit that peak flavor, underperforms. Now, cherry Coke, see, now I got addicted to that when I was in America. They don't sell that here. They haven't put that two together. When I told Marilyn about that, she couldn't believe it. She can't even wrap her mind around it. But man, you talking about that cherry Coke took the United States by storm. You get a cold, but over here, you got to be careful. That's why I don't buy it. They sell Coke in the glass bottle, a liter. Oh man, it's so delicious, man. It'll have you back on that Coke thing, and with all the sugar and all the weight gain and all that, man. Yeah, see, that's what he's talking about. He said the original Coke in the bottle in the Philippines is still the best. I don't buy it, man. It's too addicting. I'm not talking about orange. I'm not talking about Sprite. You buy that Coke in a bottle over here, man, and put it in the freezer and let it get ice cold. You'll drink 10 of them damn things. It's like crack, man. I mean, really. It's so delicious, man. And you get that with that hot bread and stuff like that. The next thing you know, man, you put on 20 pounds. He said Lay's potato chips are different. But that's another thing I got to stay away from, man. I love potato chips. And over here, I eat Mr. Chips, and I eat Piatos, I think is the name of it. Man, you just eat them things, man. It's a lot of stuff over here, man, that you got to be careful. He says condo rentals in Manila are about 1,000 per month per square meter. Yeah, some aren't even that nice. And the areas they in, like at Taft and Buendia, are pretty rough. No thanks. that's why when guys say, well, can I live off this? Can I live off that? It just depends on where you're going to live, how you're going to live, who you're going to live with. It's just too many variables, man. Everybody, remember budgets are like assholes. Everybody has one. Some are bigger than others. It's a question that I really can't answer, man. It's the only question I wouldn't even try to answer. I just give you facts. 3,800, they say you're rich over here. Okay, the average salary over here is about $300 a month. Now, that's talking about the Bill Gateses of the Philippines. Okay, and if you scrape that off of there, it's probably going to go down further. That's really the reality. That's what Alan was talking about last night in America. He was talking about the average 50-year-old is worth about $50,000. He said, but if you take Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and all them off there, if you scrape them off, it goes way down to like 15,000. And it's the same over here in the Philippines. Most of the people that you run into over here, they're not going to be earning anywhere near $300 a month, which would be about 17,000 pesos a month. That's a good damn job over here, man. Okay, that's a damn good job. Because a lot of if you go to Cebu, he said he was dating a young woman in Cebu. She was working in the call center. She was making 18,000 a month. That's about 325 or 300 and it's not $350 a month, but that's a damn good job. It's okay, Marilyn. If you answer this before you go, if you're earning 18,000 a month in the Philippines, is that a good job? She said, of course. Okay. So today, I can do it right now. I'm gonna show you what that is. Now that's a good job. And let's put that up. 18,000 divided by, it's 56.60. Is the, let's see, where is it? Well, let's let me do it like this. Okay. Divided by 56.6. Okay. It'll give you the answer. Okay. That's $318 and 2 cents a month. Now you heard Marilyn. She said, of course, that's a good job. Hey, thank you, Young Fresh Global Travel, for the super chat. He says, I bought my 2-bedroom condo for $18 million. Wow. But inside the Airbnb, you can have things to resell, bottled water, snacks. If the guests use it, you charge them. Even tampons I got in the unit. Now, where'd you buy that? What part of the Philippines? That's a lot, man. That's a lot of money. Where'd you buy it, in BGC or somewhere? Makati or? So that's $318,000 with the peso being 56.6. And why did you buy a condominium? Was it to invest or something like that? Is that what it was? And how long, based on your, excuse me, your Airbnb price, your occupancy and all of that, would it take for you to get that back? Hey, thank you. What times it travels? He said live streams get better and better, Cal. I appreciate it, man. This is really y'all's live stream. I'm just having a conversation with y'all. Y'all the ones coming with the questions and everything like that. But that's a lot of money. Okay, now we were talking about condos, house, or rent. Do you know what you could, what type of house you could buy with $18 million over here? And I know what you're going to say, well, I can't own the land. Well, you really don't own the land that the condominium is on. You don't own the land. You only own the space within those walls. That's it. But you're paying The condo fees forever, what, 50 years or something? I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, he says 38 Park Avenue in IT Park. In Cebu? Yeah, in Cebu. Okay. I'm just wondering, I'm in the Philippines. It's mind-boggling to me when I hear these amounts. They said a correction's coming. When is that going to be? I don't know. They said the developers have a lot to do with these prices being up like that. They're playing with these prices, as a way to get more money from the banks and different things like that. I don't really know. I'm just trying to figure out if I'm in the Philippines and, how big did you say your condo was? Did you say? You said 2 bedrooms. What's it about? 70 square meters or something? Thanks for that super chat, by the way. He said, that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out, but I won't knock the hustle. No, I'm not knocking that. We were just talking about, should I buy a condominium, a house, or rent? Most people would think, oh, well, I'm a rent and I'm going to come out better. I'm not tied into anything and this and that, right? And if you're only going to be here for 6 months, why not rent? But 6 months would turn into 6 years really quick in the Philippines. And I'm telling you guys that because life can get so good over here that time flies by, man. I'm coming up on 6 years here, man. It seems like I just got here. Remember, it just seemed like yesterday when I made my visa run to Thailand, guys. That was 2 years ago. I'm getting ready to have to make another visa run. Life is so good over here, man. Time just flies by when you're having fun. I don't even count the days. So when you're talking about renting and then you've been here for 6 years, you bought a house already. And you got the woman next to you. If you surround yourself with the right people over here, which is not hard to do, trust always has to be first. It's not love, guys. It's trust. You don't have to love the woman. She don't have to love you. Do you trust each other? Man, you can get rich over here in the Philippines, man. You don't have to own nothing. He says, I was addicted to pints of, I don't know what you're saying, Lagunitas, cappuccino stout, and a large bag of barbecue kettle chips. Yeah, I had to stop. It is, man. These potato chips over here, the Mr. Chips, the Piatos, it's a couple more over here. And then you get you that Coke, man. I had to find an alternative, which this is. Let me see how much sugar this is. This only has 40 calories, by the way. And zero everything. Let's see, the sugar is 10 grams. So it's not, it's not sweet, but you can taste the orange or apple or whatever. He said there needs to be a correction. They said there's one coming. That's what you should be afraid of. If you're paying 18 million and the correction comes and now, it's worth 9 million now, whatever. We were just doing some comparisons because people are so scared to death to buy a house over here because they say I can't own the land. But can you? Can you? Why don't you get a lawyer and say, what are my options for owning a house over here? Especially if you got an SRV or something like that. Maybe you got different options. We were talking about the SRV last night and all the benefits that the SRV has, but you know why people buy the SRV? So they don't have to leave the country on the visa runs. So they spend all that money for that, not realizing with the SRV you can work. Okay, you can go to school over here. You can open a business over here. There's a lot you can do in the SRB that people don't even exercise their benefits. They only buy the SRV. One guy says, oh, so I can come and go in the Philippines as much as I want. I said, well, I can do that too. There's no limit to how many times I can come back and forth to the Philippines on a tourist visa. But I can't work. I can't go to school. I certainly can't own a business. But this is why they put all that money to the side. Even if you only put in $1,500, you're paying that $1,400 application fee. Because I was in JRC, and some man came in, American by the way, who got his SRV, and he's arguing with the lady saying, well, because he came in there and said, hey, some guy just got his SRV, and he told me he had to pay a $1,400 application fee. I didn't pay that. And the lady said, yes, you did, Mr. Such and Such. No, I didn't. I got my SRV in 2022, blah, blah. She pulled out the files and showed him. I'm like, you big dummy. It costs, that application fee costs. Moments with Mitch says, Americans get hung up on owning stuff. I believe there would be an opportunity in long-term lease. Yeah, we do get hung up on that. And most people who are hung up on it, Mitch, they have no intention of ever spending 1 peso on a piece of land. It's just a conversation piece. Oh, you can't own the land over there. Okay. You got to know the history about the Philippines and everything. And then you would be like, oh, okay, I get it. But we're hung up on that. So we never even look into it. Can I open up we went to Sapalai a couple of years ago, me and Marilyn and Booby, when Booby was a baby. And the resort that we were staying was owned by a French and a German because they had a corporation. The lady was telling us about it. I was like, wow, I didn't think, I said, they own the land too? She said, yeah, they own the land and the resort. So there's a ways around it. Yeah, he said China's moving into the Philippines, investors there. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that if you go to Thailand, just Thailand, it's not too far from here. What, 3 hours on a plane? And you can get a condominium right on the beach in Pattaya for about anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000. That would be like what, 2 million pesos or something, 2.5 million pesos. If you were to buy that same condominium in the Philippines, it costs you 18 to 20 million. Maybe they're selling the Philippines. Maybe they know something that's coming down the pike that we don't know. I would just like to find out because it's interesting to me. He said many provincial teachers aren't from there and are always looking for good accommodations. Yeah, but is it enough to keep that relevant? And the problem that this guy was talking about, and you've seen it in the comments, a lot of condominium owners, is they have a problem selling it. Isn't that one of the reasons why you would buy something for an investment that maybe I can sell it down the line, it's worth more? But what good does it do if it's worth more if you can't sell it? And then if you're foreign, okay, what are you going to do? Borrow off of it from the bank over here? Can you do that? But if you got a house, it's different. If you got a house in a small lot, your options are a whole lot better, man. The money you spend is so much less. And remember, you got to be with people that you can trust. See, Merlin trusts me. So if I come up and I find a deal, a better deal, or we're getting ready to look at this land over here, and if we buy that land and we say, hey, you know what? Why don't we sell our house, get double what we paid for it and start over here? she would do it. Okay. So I'd be able to get some equity out of my house. Because they was talking about, well, maybe you should talk to some of the foreign businesses who are bringing their employees over to the Philippines. Maybe they're looking for accommodations. You know, it was just a lot of ways that they were talking about how to get his situation corrected, because he said a long-term lease is not going to do it. And Reginald Brown said, when I was in the Philippines, I did note that the cost of things like condos are subject to the same as most places. You're paying for exclusivity, and that's always subjective. Yeah, but I mean, you know, even that, though, it's just too me. I mean, it seems like, okay, value comes from, like, if you got a Stradivarius violin, the value comes from the fact that there's not many of those being made. Okay, so if you got a Stradivarius, it's worth a whole lot of money because of that. It's rare. How can you have exclusivity when there's new condominiums going up all around you? Now, you know, you got an 18 million, and, you know, the same one they are offering for 12 million. Why would I pay you 18 million for your used condominium when I can get a brand new one? It's a subject, you know, that people need to be talking about. Hey, garden girl. He said right now they're building a mall here. It's steady growing. I know when I was there in, let's see, 2022, that's the last time I've been to, I believe I've been to Moncton, Newtown. They were still building buildings all around there, condos. Are they still coming up 53 Shades Darker? It's just something that you want to think about. He said his is worth 4.8 million now. Okay. Do you think you could sell that for 4.8 million? Is the building in good condition? How long have you owned that? Because that's one of the drawbacks I see. I was in Manchester Place, I think it was called. A friend of mine was renting a 2-bedroom up there. And, you know, the price of the condo he was renting was 18 million. Well, hell, when I walked in the lobby, the damn ceiling tiles is missing. And I'm like, oh, no, One of the elevators wasn't working. You know, every condominium comes with cockroaches included. Yeah, that's why you build simple. Okay. Okay, go. You can get it. You can have it. And that's what, you know, when Alan was here, anybody's ever been over my house, they'll see how simple this house is built. It's a real simple house, but man, does it have so much value? Huh? I got it. Hey, come on, man. We're gonna put you off here, man. We don't play that on my channel. She's welcome here, you know. Oh, you talking about this orange, you little knucklehead? Yeah, here. Take that and tell your mother to put it back. Yeah, we know you paid 1.8, but I'm saying, okay, would somebody buy that? And be honest, you know, when you look at the buildings, because, okay, and I'm not putting these buildings down or nothing. You can come over and see them for yourself. When you go to like Cebu, because we stay in Airbnbs all the time in condominiums in Cebu. And it really shocks me when I find out how much they want for these places. And I'm like, You know, and then you go in the bathroom, and I mean, it's really in bad shape. I'm like, who's spending all this money for these places, and then you're not taking care of them? They need painting and everything, man. And it's like, I want a place, if I own my own house like this one, the maintenance, I'm going to get it done, man. I'm not going to sit around waiting for somebody to do it. I've got control over a lot when you own a house. A small house, you don't have to spend 5-10 million pesos for a house. My house is 58, about between 56 and 58 square meters, about anywhere between 625 to 650 square foot. And you would think, oh man, that's tiny. But it's not. It's the way that it's designed. You'll come in here and be like, man, there's plenty of room. And the guest house is like my third bedroom and my second bath. But it's built real simple. The dirty kitchen is already complete. We just haven't bought the the cabinets and stuff yet. But yeah, we're using it. We're always using it. He said, understandable. I can trust what I own in the United States, though, but it depends on everyone's situation. If you expect to be between Philippines and country, I say buy where you're at. Um, but we are caught up on owning stuff over in America. When you know you don't never really own anything, guys. You don't own anything over there. He said you own the land when buying a house, but you don't own the land when buying the condo. Either make that make sense. Yeah, you certainly don't own the land. And believe it or not, somewhere in that contract, if after 50 years or whatever it was, they want to tear that building down, they can. I was reading some pros and cons about the condo because you pay those condo fees for a long time. I wouldn't mind a condominium. As you get older, you don't want to be dealing with all the stuff that you deal with a house, right? But remember, we got younger women we dealing with over here. They can handle that. It's just the price that concerns me. Well, that's real simple. He said how to not be a simp in the Philippines. Well, that's real simple. It's all about self-preservation. And then remember the definition of simp is subjective. See, you young guys think that older guys, they're over here taking care of women and stuff like that they're simps. You know, but you never, it's like put up or shut up. Show me what you working with before you call me a simp. Okay. That's the way I look at it. Show me what you working with. Where's the woman that you working with? Where's your place? What you working with before you call me a simp? That's all I would say to somebody calling me a simp. I say, show me what you working with. And it shuts them up because they don't have anything to show. Just like when I was talking about, I'm not listening to anybody on here about, I would rather listen to somebody on here about relationships who's had relationships and failed than somebody who's never had relationships. They always showing, you see them, they're going all around the building. Oh, here's how to meet women, and here's the best place, and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. But they don't have a woman. You're like, man, at least, what they say when, at least show me what you're working with, but that's not really the word I'm trying to use. I'll come back to it. But I'm saying these guys are telling you how to meet women and everything. Where's the woman you got? Show us your woman, man. I mean, these guys don't have any women they're showing. at all. And they're getting all these views and stuff, and guys is hanging on the edge of their seats, listening to these guys, but they're not showing you not one woman. Let me qualify myself. That's the word I'm looking for. Let me show you that I've got experience in relationships before I even start talking about it. Okay, don't tell me, oh, this is the best way to do it. All the province and this is at the mall and all that, and you don't even have a woman. Oh, okay, he said I bought post-pandemic, and it was a foreclosure bank owned. Wow, that'd be something to think about. Yeah, he said, the cockroaches. He said, man, it shocked me seeing expensive places with cockroaches. I have not been to one condominium unit in Cebu where there was not cockroaches. I don't care how nice the place was. They're there. The cockroaches, you know, they've been around since the dinosaurs, but they're here. He says a beautiful place, beach included. Yeah. Now, if you buying it just to keep it and say, okay, it's mine and this and that, I understand it. It's just that I just can't wrap my mind around the price. That's all. Yeah, he said the Philippines is sectioned off to sell something expensive. You're looking for a high class of people. Yeah, but see, in the Philippines, the rich people live right next to the poor people in the Philippines. It's not like in America. That's right in my neighborhood. You go down here, you see that big house I pass all the time? And right across from there is a squatter. But that's all around the Philippines. What keeps them sectioned off is that wall that's around their house. Now, I'm not crushing spirits. I'm just saying, guys are quick to call you a simp. But you're saying, show me what you're working with, man. Before you call me a simp, it's easy to sit behind that profile and call somebody a simp. That's when they see older guys over here, man. We're already established. We're our own men. We just want somebody we can trust, a companion and all that. I think we're doing pretty good. Do you have simps over here? Absolutely you do. But that's all subjective. But before I call somebody a simp, I got to put up, man. I shut up. And I think that's going to be the narrative right now. You're going to call somebody a simp, then you show me what you're working with. Show me that you're this tough guy that knows everything about women and relationships and everything. Otherwise, I mean, you know, you have no credibility. Kyle says you can see squatters. You can see squatters are right across the road from the immigration building in BGC. Yeah, in the Philippines, the rich are right next to the poor. And you know, the Filipinos are the world's greatest neighbors. That's what they call them, and it's true. They're going to accept you into the neighborhood no matter what. They're not going to ask any questions at all. They're not going to bother you. But if you start acting crazy, like some of us do, talking down to people, disrespecting them, thinking you're better than, then you got something coming. He said, Cal, hey, do they sell bug spray and do they spray for insects? They do, but it's just like any other building. They go from one place to the other, from one floor to the other. They're going to run. Roaches have been around since the dinosaur era for a reason. They know how to escape. They know how to hide. He said, I think the walls around the house are going to get more normal here. Well, most people have fences, right? And then they call them privacy fences in the backyard. That's basically what these walls are. Privacy. Remember, before I had my wall, what made me create my wall was I'm in here and I'm taking a nap and I open up my shades right here and some little boys is looking through my window because they could just walk right up on my house. I said, no, that's it. And we called somebody the very next day. He says, I have a baby boy and plan on having more children with my lady. It makes more sense to buy land for my woman and child and future children. It does, it just depends on your situation. I don't think it's no right or wrong. It's whatever you can afford. But as far as just economically, I would say building a small house, man, especially if you by yourself, it's just you and your woman. It's always going to be here, even if you're not here, because the land is always going to go up. As long as you got a woman you can trust, it's not going to cheat you and all that. You can get rich, man. He said selling a big opportunity, but they're not going anywhere. The roaches aren't going anywhere. You can build all them damn. No. I didn't say you was calling me a simp, man. I'm just saying the simp word is just overused. It's like everybody's not a simp, man. It's subjective. You know, there is simps over here. In the most common of terms, where they do come over here and just lay down and let the woman walk over them. I see it. But every man that comes over here and takes care of a woman and, puts her on a road that's going somewhere, I wouldn't call him a simp. I'd call him pretty damn smart for doing that. Because remember, whatever you give a woman, she's going to multiply it. Ain't that what they say? If you got the right woman. And most of us end up with the right women. You don't get lucky over here. You get unlucky. Those horror stories, we got to tell them to keep people honest so you can keep your guard up. But most of the guys over here, they got great women for real. Okay? Them guys that are being taken to the cleaners by the Filipina, they're missing all the red flags. They're there. You can look at a woman, man, and tell. I can. I've been over here long enough to tell you don't have my best interest at hand. You can, all you got to do is go around her family and friends. Look at how she dressed. Look at how she talks. Her whole demeanor. It's always about, building this, starting this business, buying this. She knows too much. And you're like, lady, well, if you know so much, why don't you have any damn thing? It's a give and take situation over here. What makes us think, Arizona for Ryan, that we can come over here and get something for nothing? What makes you think that that's possible? That that you can come over here and get something for nothing? That these young, attractive women are supposed to just lay down and just give their lives over to you for nothing? What makes you think that's even possible and that you deserve that? This is what boggles my mind. This is what I'm saying. You guys are in a delusion. You got to bring something to the table. You can't get something for nothing. Nature frowns on the desire to get something for nothing. You're looking for trouble when you do that. I'm not trying to get something for nothing. I know that I've got to bring something. There's a reason why the women desire older men over here. And then you look at it, there's a reason why the men desire the young women. It's that simple, man. You can't come over here but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you have to understand that you can't get something for nothing over here, man. you know, it's not a level playing field like in America, and you're dealing with the women and hell, she may earn more money than you and all that. But she's going to be the same age as you too. So if you come to the Philippines where you have an opportunity really to rewrite the script and say, okay, this is my new life. This is where I'm going to live from now on. You can do it, but most of us squander that, you know, trying to get something for nothing or for as little as we possibly can. What? What are you doing? Get out of here.
I'm trying to write ubu.
You trying to what?
Like ubu.
Yeah, but he said, uh-oh, boots on the ground. Yeah, there are plenty of Filipinos here with more money in their pockets than us. A lot more, especially when it comes to, remember I was telling you the high season, and if you just take the top 10% of Filipinos in this country, which that would be 11 million people. That's more people than tourists that come into the country at its peak. They're going to the same places you're going, the same restaurants, resorts, and everything. They've got more money than you've got. You're talking about the top 10% of the earners in the Philippines. That's a lot of people, man. 11 million. It's probably more than that. He said you can't get a blonde in America for nothing either. Yeah. But that's what we want. We you know, so we'll call a man a simp if he comes over here.
Daddy, this is yours now.
What?
That's yours.
Okay. Bye. Get out of here. You know, I used to get into this, or is it a fair exchange? But now I don't care anymore. I was wrong in my thinking. If you're happy, and we're not happy, if you're satisfied, forget that happy. If you're satisfied and she's satisfied, who cares, really? Because that's all subjective too. She's going to say, oh, you can't put a money value on what I'm giving you. That's what she's going to say. I'm giving you me. So that's what evens the score. That's what she's going to say. So it really doesn't matter anymore. I don't get into that argument. But some guys are overpaying. That's why I said, look, let the woman ask you. Because she's always going to ask you for less than what you're going to give her. I'm talking about once you get together. I'm not talking about these women begging on these dating sites and stuff. I'm talking about when you get with a woman, you ask her what she wants. Because when I asked Marilyn what house she wanted, she said her dream was just to have one room and a CR for her and her two daughters that they could call their own. A lot less than what I ended up spending here. So let them ask. Because you're bringing the matrix with you. Remember, you got that exchange calculator in your head. You don't understand the peso economy. She does. That's all she's grown up on. So let her ask you. If you go to get her a motorcycle, don't you say, oh, I'm going to get an NMAX, because she's not going to get an NMAX. She's not even going to get a Honda Click. There's something else that they've got. It's not a Honda Click. It's a Honda something. But they're going to get the cheapest one. You're the one who's buying all the expensive stuff. They're not even going to ask for a car. You're buying the damn cars. That's all I'm saying. Let her, ask. And you're going to save a whole lot more money, man. Even when it comes to, okay, you made a decision, you're going to buy a house and a lot, let her go pick it out. And you'll see, you'll be like, okay, is this what you want here? Because Merlin's got a friend. Her house, the man bought her house. Guess how much it cost? The lot and the house, $400,000. What's that about? Not even $8,000 now. See? I'm just saying, guys. You can't get something for nothing. And I do have to give the Filipino her flowers because even though she's a woman, okay, and we're still here on planet Earth. Yeah, she does. She is different, and I think that's why we like her because she's different. And they are going to do some things to you that if you're not careful, it's going to blow your mind. And I think that's what happens. A lot of guys are blindsided. They really are. And I wasn't expecting this. You know, they gobble game is second to none. I mean, really. You talking about the throat goat, and they willing to try anything once. Okay, they'll try anything once. Just be gentle. I've never done that before. But see, here's the thing, though. He said just rent, save your money, and let it make you money with your investments. Yeah, but see, here's the thing, though. If you're 65, 70 years old, you're already in the spending stage. You can't invest. What are you investing for? Is all I'm saying. To leave that to who? And every investment's not a good one. Everybody's not winning. Investing is like anything else. You're only going to hear the good stories. It's like it is over here with relationships. You're only going to hear the good stories. Same with investments. Nobody's going to tell you they lost. Somebody's losing. He said in losing, house to fire, storm, bad construction is just bad strategy. Well, it just depends, man, um, on who you're getting to build the house and all of that. And catastrophes can happen anywhere. Emergencies can happen anywhere, no matter where you are. America's not exempt. Yeah, the gobble game. Y'all think I'm joking, man? Hell, you gonna get over here, man, and they're gonna do some stuff to you, man, that you're gonna be shocked. It's all in, what we're seeing anyway. Men go by what they see, man. You see this young, attractive woman, man, just it's something out of your dream, man. And and you be like, and anything you ask them to do, they're gonna do it. They're gonna test your damn imagination, man. But let me tell you something. There's something behind that. Don't say I didn't tell you. And it's drawing interest, compound upon interest. The longer y'all together, the more it's gonna cost you in the end. He said you have to remember that men don't own anything anyway. Anywhere. Let's try not to be too technical about it. Oh man, yeah. Thank you for adding some common sense to the conversation. Yeah, he says, and if you start your first video chat with her and she shows you all her family, that's a red flag. And this is what people kill me with, Kaz. I'm glad you brought this up. I've already met her whole family on the chat. I'm like, dude, they're setting you up for something. Okay? That means absolutely nothing. But I will tell you this, I've always said this. If you worried about whether a Filipina is into you or not, she's not. That's the first thing that you should know. If you have to worry about, well, she's real, does she really like me or not, then she doesn't. Because women over here, when they like you, they're going to show it to you right immediately. They're going to show you all. They're going to take you everywhere. They're going to be so proud and so happy that you're around. You never have to worry about that. If you're watching this video right now and you're dealing with somebody and you're not sure, then I'm giving you the answer. She's not into you. But one of the things they're going to do is they're going to take you to that province or to the squatters area, wherever they're from. And you better go, because this is where you're going to get all your answers about her. The fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. You're going to see what type of person she is. How is everybody else reacting to her? Do they trust her? Do they hold her in high esteem? How is she seen by her peers, her family, and her peers? It's very important, because you don't know her. They know her. You're going to get all your answers from her. Don't say, oh, I'm not going because I'm not sure of her. That's how you become sure of her. Let them vet her for you, because they're going to do it. And you certainly can do it over here. It doesn't cost you a whole lot of money. You know, imagine I'm living my dream off a damn YouTube channel. It shows you the simplicity of life over here if you want it to be. Most of the guys over here, they're living really, really good. You wouldn't believe the kind of life they have over here, but they don't have a YouTube channel. You can't judge the Philippine talent anywhere on what you're seeing on YouTube. You got to come over here, man. We try to bring it into your living room, but really at the end of the day, you got to go on and make that long trip, pay for the ticket, and just, grin and bear it, man. Come on over here. That's really the only way you're going to see it, boots on the ground, to make a real determination. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, online, but I promise you, if they ask for money, they're going to ask her. They're not going to ask you. Okay? But you're going to get an idea of who you're dealing with when you go over there. You're going to see how they talking to her. Are they talking to her with respect? Are they talking down to her? How's she treated by her friends and family? It's going to tell you a lot. You'll be able to tell if you were a scammer or not. If they don't hold the woman in high esteem, if they don't trust her, if they don't give her a whole lot of responsibility, there's a reason for that. But if you never go around there, you'll never figure it out, because she looks innocent and everything like that. I'm just trying to drop some real knowledge on y'all to tell you, you got to vet these women. There's no other way around it. You can't just be with her and vet her like that. It's impossible. They're going to give you that, whether she's into you or not. This is part of the unspoken agreement. This is part of the Filipina trap that I tell you about. You're going to get that whether she loves you or not, because they all have plans for you. I mean, isn't that real simple? They all have plans for you. When they get on that dating site, they have plans in their mind already for you, for whatever foreigner they meet. Okay, and nothing's off the table. Yeah, well, see, this is the guys who, you're into the bar then. Because if you don't meet the family, dude, your risk goes up. It goes way up. Because you don't know who you're dealing with. She could be anybody. You can't go by her word, man. She's already vetted you. Guess why? Because you bought that expensive plane ticket and you flew all the way over here. She done vetted you already, really. That's all she needs to know. That's all she wants to know initially. All them old questions they ask you on the dating site. But then, okay, put up or shut up. Either get on that plane and come over here, or don't even contact me anymore. I just keep sending money. Because it's first come, first serve over here. Okay? Put that in your pipe and smoke it. You could be, he was talking about, he said, hey, I was chatting with a woman, okay, and she says, hey, where are you? Come on, I'm waiting. He didn't make it over there. Guess what? She ended up with another man and just blocked him and everything. And that's what it is. Esmeralda, she was talking to 3. I just happened to be over here first. It could be she was chatting me, a white guy, I believe I want to say from North Carolina or Virginia, and then an Asian guy who lived in America, who lived in Pennsylvania. So either one of them two could be sitting here right now. It was whoever got here first. They don't care. Do you got the criteria that I'm looking for? Are you breathing? Do you have a pension? Are you going to share that pension with me? Are you going to give me a better life? That's the criteria. So that's what they're saying. He said, I saw one man going to meet a woman, and he said when he got to town, he felt like a celebrity, and the whole town knew he was coming and smiling. Yeah. See? But if you got to worry about whether a Filipino's into you or not, she's not, dude. You're just fooling yourself. And the sooner you can go see that family, the better. Even if the relationship don't work. I know I've said, hey, don't do it, or be hesitant to do it, because if it doesn't work, it's going to make her look bad. Well, hell, how bad is it going to make you look when you get all your money taken and then you got to go back home 8,000 miles and listen to all that I told you so? You know, the black guy that flew into Cebu, he had already never met the woman, already sent all his money over here to her to, you know, build their dreams for them. It was a ghost. And then they tried to throw the Africans under the bus. Oh, it was the Nigerians. There wasn't no Filipinos. You wouldn't do that. Bullshit. You better meet that family, man. Kaz went down. Kaz took that long ass, well, they flew into Butuan, then he took that long ass 8 to 10 hour bus ride. You better do it. That's your investment right there. You protecting your investment. Hey, Reginald Brown, thanks for that super chat. He said the family is always a reflection, especially if they are not a great influence. Absolutely. All you got to do is meet Marilyn's mother to see what type of family she grew up in. Now, it's not always 100%, but when you go around the family, you're going to see how they treat Marilyn. Even though Marilyn's not the oldest one in the family, they treat her like that. They give her such a high respect, man. The way they talk to her, everything. They seek her counsel and her advice. They never talk down to Marilyn. Okay? That tells you everything you need to know about the woman you're dealing with. Now, if you get over there, they don't show her respect. You know, they're making plans for your money. Oh, tell him about this, tell him about that. That she has no say-so at all in the family. Dude, you need to pack your bags and get the hell out of there, because you're going to run into a whole lot of trouble. But that's what I'm saying. Most of us, the overwhelming majority of us, we meet good women over here. So ones who don't want to make those little bitty sacrifices, who can't see the obvious red flags staring you in the face, who pay the price. Because they're there, man. You can see the crime and you can stop it anywhere along the timeline. Some guys are so infatuated by the woman that they allow it to happen to them. Yeah, he says the woman without her family is a red flag. Oh, yeah, my mother died. You know, they'll tell you, oh, my mother died. I grew up here. I grew up there. Somebody is there. An auntie, a grandmother, somebody, man. And if she comes up with that and don't have anybody to show you off to, bullshit. I'm out of here. He said that bus ride was brutal, but her family was nice. Her uncle was hilarious. Every woman I've really dealt with seriously over here, man, they were like not only the breadwinners, but they were the head of the family, really, underneath the mother. They were held in high esteem. My wife, same way. This is why they turn against you when you break up with the Filipino, because they hold her in such high esteem. They love her. She's like the pride of the family. So then when you break up with her, oh man, it's your fault because we know her. They'll quit talking to you, man. And that's just a consequence, man, that you have to understand. But if you don't make that trip, good luck. He said, meeting the family, cousins, and some red horses, wives, and good recon. It is. You have to vet these women or pay the consequences. Or pay the consequences. Okay? And then you go around them and they always trying all this sneaky stuff. Well, don't put it in my name, put it in my mother's name. And all this stuff like that, man. See, those are red flags that people don't want to see, though. Yeah, why can't I put it in your name? Because she's probably married or something like that. But most of the women you meet over here, man, they're good women, man. And we're lucky for that because we stick our necks out for them to chop it off. But it's not in their nature to chop it off. Okay? Thankfully, the women over here are good. Because if not, man, it would be more horror stories. There should be 10 times more horror stories than it is. But it's really not in their nature. We're our worst enemy, not her. We do more damage to ourselves than the woman. If we could just get out of our own way, man, you'll see this really, it's not hard to make it over here. But you can't get out of your own way. Every woman's a 10. You know, you can't settle with one woman. You want them all. You got the roving eye, which is another, like I said, we're our worst enemy. You better wear them glasses, man, because she's going to look at it as disrespect. And your star is going to be shining as bright as it's ever going to shine over here. But the more she catches you looking at them other women and dreaming, it gets duller and duller and duller till the damn light goes out. She's like, I don't want this guy. He fits the stereotype. You know, you want 5 or 6 women over here. You just want sex. You know, you want me at some playtime. Mike Dawsonville says, you're exactly right, brother. Her family made me fall in love with my wife the way she was treated. I felt like that. I felt like that I have a gem in my hand. If you don't feel like that, well, if you can't pick up on that, then I feel sorry for you. You're going to pick up on it. When you go there, you're going to see how they treat her. And that's where you going to be able to gauge who you're with. Hey, what's up? I love the chime from San Antonio. Wow, you moving around. He said the red horse helps. Yeah, it helps. It breaks the ice. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm going to get off here too, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, that breaks the ice, man. You better bring some, either that or some of that Pilsner. You know, when you go to see the family, you know, you're going to be out about $100, man. But it'd be the best $100 you ever spent. Remember, you're investing in your future over here or your future over there with your wife. Because I'm going to tell you, it'll be the best $100 you ever spent, man. They're going to be eating and drinking. Next thing you know, they're going to start yapping. They can't keep a secret, okay? Well, you know, okay, now here's a question I get all the time. And I've answered this. I'm going to answer him. He says, is polygamy possible there if you claim you're Muslim? Okay, here's the thing. You can't handle all those women, man. You can't have, trust me, depending on how old you are and who the woman is, man. You know, everybody has these, like Frank Ellis just said, delusions of grandeur, right? That's a dream, man. You can't handle 2 or 3 women over here. Not at once. Okay, you really gonna need a break somewhere. Okay, she's gonna one half's gonna live in Negros Island, one's gonna have to live on Cebu Island or something like that. Guys, okay, remember I said when you get over here, nothing's off the table. They're literally gonna bend over backwards, jump through hoops, and turn around in circles for you. Nothing's off the table, man. You're not gonna be able to handle two women like that. Okay, because once your tank is empty, they still gonna want it. Now you got another young stud over here waiting to jump on top of you. Gotta stop that, okay? Unless you're gonna have one in, like I said, in Lady and then one in Cebu or something like that. But you talking about having two women at the same time. Man, stop that, guys. It's not gonna work. You're just gonna have jump out of one and jump into another back and forth. That's not no where's the fun at that? Hey, thanks, Kaj. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here. Thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up. Thank you to my members. If you're not a member, man, consider becoming a member. Get exclusive content, exclusive live stream. I see where a lot of other vloggers are doing that, which is good. You deserve that. It's almost like having a free consultation. But before I get off here, Filipinos are not easy. Just know that there's something behind that, okay? Always remember that. You know, these women over here aren't stupid, guys. They know a thing or two, okay? There's a script, and they know it frontwards and backwards. You don't know it. That's why I'm trying to give it to you. But they're not easy, okay? And all that sweetness and all that loving, man, there's a price we have to pay for that. Okay, and the longer you don't have to pay the price, the more expensive it gets. And sometimes, man, you're gonna get blacklisted. The guy got blacklisted. All he did was scorn the lady. She felt scorned. That's really the only crime he committed. He didn't commit any crime, really. He was working without a license while the whole 6 years they were together. Okay, but she fell in love and couldn't move on. And she turned him in. And the woman you with is going to turn you in. If you're doing something illegal right now and you both having a good time, oh, it's no big deal until you break up, then she's going to turn your ass in. She's going to get you back, man. And all you guys who want to be over here with these rich and powerful women, the lawyers and all that, okay, you may even end up dead. So take care, everybody. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. Don't do anything stupid.